Okay, I'm driving a Dodge Caravan and the customer is saying it is stuck in second gear. RPMs are going way up. It is not shifting. Okay, that confirms the customer complaint. Let's go back to the shop, scan it, see what's going on. Okay, it looks like we have one code in the PCM, which is the computer, one in the radio, one in the BCM, one in the cabin communication instrument cluster, one in TPMS and HVAC. So this one here is the one, transmission line pressure too high for too long. Interesting. Okay, so what is this P1745? Transmission line pressure too high for too long. Theory of operation. This DTC is an informational DTC to inform the technician that transmission has been operated in an open loop line pressure control for 2,000 miles or 1,000 miles, 2-3 upshifts resulting from line pressure DTC, which we did not have. The 62 TE transmission is not designed to operate in open loop line pressures control for an extended period of time. This DTC is intended to protect the transmission. If the DTC sets, the transmission controller will place the transmission into limp mode. So somehow this thing was operating in too high of line pressure, and you'll see in the video I check all that. It'll just be interesting to see what we find out. Okay, I've been sitting here looking up on the computer for a while about this P1745 code, and from what I understand, the transmission is detecting a line pressure that's too high for too long, like a lot of miles, so it sets this code. Well, in order to get it out of limp mode, you have to reset this transmission pressure learning adaptation, so you have to have a scan tool that can do it. I could not do it with one of my favorite scan tools, which is a Think tool, but the Varus came in for the win. So here it is. Okay, let's reset it. Hopefully it works. Engine must not be running. Continue. Clear learned variable function. Clear all. Okay. Now let's see if it's still in limp mode. All right, it's out of limp mode now. Okay, I'm driving and I've reset the line pressure, and it looks to me like they both, this is the line pressure actual and desired, and they're almost right on the money. I really don't know why that code come about, the P1745. I know it's an informational code that will shut the transmission down after it senses line pressure too high, but I've been driving this thing and the line pressure's just fine. I'm going to recommend a transmission service and just give it back, because it's running great. It's shifting through all of its gears. The line pressure's good. And he's bought some parts. Over here is like a hole. You can't really see. It's right there behind my scan tool. That's like a whole shift valve body. People read online and they think, because they read an article that someone fixed theirs, putting a valve body on it, that it's going to fix theirs. So he just wasted his money. But anyway, let's do a transmission service on this thing and drive it a little bit more after that, just to be extra careful, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I'm back in the shop. We're going to do a transmission fluid level check. What you need is an aftermarket dipstick like this. Here's the dipstick. It basically just has the millimeter reading Right there they are. You also need a chart like this. You could probably get this off the internet. And the temperature of the transmission fluid you get off the scan tool. So if you're at 140, you just match it up with the millimeters, and if you're in between these two lines, you're good. So let's do that. Okay, our transmission fluid temperature is 140. Oh Lord. It's way overfilled. Looks like it's about at 70. So if we come over here, if we come over to our chart, we're way off the chart. Yeah, it's got way too much fluid in it. I'm gonna have to work up an estimate for a transmission flush, possibly 2 flushes, 2 drain and fills to get it worked out of the system real good, and go from there. The fluid actually looks pretty good though. I do see a piece of metal in here. That's not good. Let's clean it out, fill it up. Okay, I'm just gonna clean the pan out a little bit, put it back on, because I'm gonna fill it up, drive it, and drain it again so we can get everything flushed out. Start it up, make sure there's no major leaks. I didn't reseal the pan. Okay, I'm starting it up. Make sure there's no leaks. Let's go drive it, get the transmission really hot, run it through all of its gears. We'll drain it again, put the new filter in, put some more fluid in, we should be good to go. All right, we're getting ready to pull back into the shop, and we're gonna drain it one more time and put the filter on it. Okay, I'm gonna drop the pan again, and I'm not gonna show all that because I've already showed it before, but I'll show the filter install, and then we'll fill it up. Okay, the filter, you just take out this screw and this screw, and it pops right out. It looks like a Torx bit. It's a T25 Torx bit to get the filter out. Don't see no major issues going on. That looks good. Got the new filter in, put on your 2 screws. Here's the oil pan gasket, put it on. All right, this is the final test drive. Line pressure looks perfect. It's shifting really great. Everything looks really good. So, I mean, this code is like the death code. I think that's what I might call it. I think maybe what's happened is sometime along the way they may have put the wrong fluid in it. I really don't know for sure, and because this ATF4 fluid is really specific. Can't just use, a lot of people use the Valvoline Max Life. It does cover a lot of vehicles, but it does not cover the ATF4. So that's my suspicion. It's doing great. Line pressure's great. It did have a little piece of metal in the pan. Not too worried about that. It looked like just the end of a little piece of a gear. I mean, that's not good, but it's not enough right now to, you know, it's working great, it's shifting good. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and I have some other videos on some different repairs. Check those out, and I appreciate your support. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, it really helps me out, and hopefully this helped you out. I'll see you all later. And there's no codes. Great.